This where that walk down memory lane. This is actually where you can see right here in the back of the background, back there behind me. That's where I used to sleep. It's actually where you can come park. The train station. You see the train behind the train station, the train tracks. See those? The tri-rail comes northbound, southbound, depending on which way you want to go. This is actually Lake Worth. So I'm actually gonna walk. I wanna walk. It's not too far, but I want to walk down and show you the area. You've seen part of the area right here where I'm at, and they kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Cleaned it up a little bit, not as bad as it was back then. Because I'm talking about October, November. So back then it was like people would come, and it wasn't that cold then. So it started getting cold like later on. After, thank God for that. Like after I got shelter, but yeah, not that bad now. It's kind of cold now, but it's a little bit better than it was. So anyway, we're gonna walk. School's just getting out, so that's what you hear, students. Excuse me, that's what you hear. So I'm actually gonna cross the street and show you all where I used to sleep. And you know, everything in life is a lesson. Everything in life is a lesson. And you know, it all depends on how you accept things and take things in. Because I said this in other videos before that, you know, life can break you or it can shape you in something completely on the opposite of what you're going through. But with what you're going through and the trials and tribulations, ups and downs, hills and valleys, I always say that hills and valleys, they're gonna come. They're gonna come. You know, good things, bad situations, they're gonna come. But you know, you have to determine what's going to change and make a decision of what's going to happen. Matter of fact, I was talking about it yesterday. A friend of the family was sharing with us yesterday about a family member of hers that you know was on drugs real bad. He was on drugs real bad. And he was on drugs real bad, right? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm just walk down memory lane. I'm actually I just left where I used to sleep at. But I just want to come and show some of the spots where I used to sleep and share as a testimony to show you how good God is and how not only God is good, but how you can change things around. In current circumstances, no matter where you are in your life, you know, you can change things around. God can change things around for you. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, this guy, this gentleman, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome. But this guy, he was on drugs real bad, right? And he said he was working for this guy. He was working for this gentleman, and the guy used to give him drugs. And have him work all week and not pay him any money because he owed him money from the drugs, so he wouldn't pay him. He said, "Well, you owe me this." And so one week, he went out and he said all week long, he was thinking about leaving and not putting up with that anymore, getting stuff together. And she said that shared with us the other day that, you know, he decided that week, and once he decided, he quit. He left the state, and when he comes back to visit, he don't come see his friends anymore. He don't come see the people he used to hang out with. He don't come see them anymore. He just comes see certain family members and friends, and certain family members. I mean, that's it. But it all starts with a choice. Hey, how you doing? It all starts with a choice, and that's what I mean. Like, and sometimes, in some cases, you know, because I always say that I didn't have to be in the streets. I didn't have to be homeless. That was a choice that I made within myself. But you know, some people Some people make that choice. Some people rather be in the streets, but it's still a problem. And like I was saying, I said in my other videos that, you know, even though if you want to get off the streets, the state has well, the county I live in, they have a 90-day waiting list. It's a 90-day waiting list to, if you want to get shelter, if you want to find somewhere to stay across the street, if you find somewhere to stay, and you want to live someplace, it's a 90-day waiting list to get shelter. And for me, that's kind of ridiculous, given this country this great country that we live in. My speed is bad. What do you mean? And my Speed's dad? Who is Speed's dad? Who is that? I don't know who that is. Clarify that. I don't know what Speed. Who you call Speed? Oh, and my Speed's dad. And my Speed's dad. I don't know. But yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, welcome to the live. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, you know, it all depends. Like I was saying, you know, in this country we live in, it's the country we live in, you know, a waiting list, 90-day waiting list for people to find somewhere to stay. So, and I find that to be not only ridiculous, but I find it to be kind of sad. Like I say, you know, I don't know what to say. But thank God they have certain programs. Thank God they have certain programs to help, like you know, certain parts of the city in the county. You can get plates, you can get a hot meal, take a shower, and do stuff like that. Thank God for that. But as far as sleeping arrangements, you know, that's kind of rough. But you know, thank God for grace, thank God for mercy, thank God for light at the end of the tunnel, you know. Thank God for light at the end of the tunnel, you know. But sometimes, like I said, you can't see it. I was live earlier today, and I was sharing that. We almost to the place where I'm gonna show that's one place, and I'm gonna come back, and that'll be it. But anyway, we almost there. I just want to come on and show, because you know. But anyway, but like I was saying, sometimes you don't see light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes you can look at your life. You look at your life and be sad and depressed about it, and wonder why. Ask yourself why. And you just have to decide. Like I said, a guy made a decision. Make a decision and put it in your own hands. And put it in your own hands. Put it in God's hands. Put it in God's hands. And let God work it out, walk through it. Okay. You weren't talking to me? Okay. Who are you talking to? You say I'm not Jewish. Oh. You talking to me? Who you talking to? Somebody on the line? Somebody in the comment section? But anyway, we walk by you. Excuse me, buddy. Let me slide by you real quick. But yeah. So yeah, right up the street. Like, so you see where I was at. I was at the train station. So I would go back and forth. I would go back and forth from the train station to this spot where I'm going now, and I'll stay. And the one good thing about people worry about breaking into homes and everything else. One thing about being under the bridge at the train station, you know, even though homeless people are staying there, they don't bother you. You're safer there than you are anywhere else. That's the truth. You safer under that bridge around those homeless people than you are around anyone else, because they don't bother each other. You go to sleep, leave your stuff, leave your bike, leave your shoes or leave your clothes or whatever. People don't bother you. You know, unless they want a cigarette or something. Like I said before, like I woke up one morning, one night, and the guy was standing over me asking me for a lighter. And I didn't have so like I said, well, I seen you with a lighter. I said, how you see me with a lighter and I don't smoke? I'm saying, like, you kind of scared me a little bit. I had to get up and leave. Like sometimes, like I say, sometimes, you know, take precautions and listen to your inner spirit, because he actually was like I said, he was following me. I ain't said it on this live, I said it before, but he was following when I got up to walk away. He was actually on the other side of the street following me and watching me. So I don't know if he was trying to rob me or what, but he stopped after a while. After I kept walking for a while, he stopped following me. But you never know what people are on, what kind of spirits are out there. Well, you know what kind of spirits are out there, good and evil. But I don't know. I don't know what his mission was, but you know, but yeah. So we almost there. We almost there. I figured I'd come on because it was on my heart to come and share. I actually was talking to somebody that was homeless when I was out there. Was still homeless now, and I saw him and he recognized me, and we had a couple words. So I figured I'd come on and chime in and not only thank God and tell you how good God is for change, but it's a showcase of how things are with some of the people that are homeless. Like this country, I feel like this country should do better, especially by its vets. I know other states they vets way better than this country does. And that's sad. I'm not this country, but this state. Treat this country, treat this they vets way better than the state does. Florida's a trip. Florida's a trip. State of Florida's a trip when it comes to the vets. Well, this county at least. I can't say all the whole state of Florida. I can say this county is a trip where they treat their vets and how they treat their vets. But from what I've been told, from stories I've heard from vets, and how the VA handles them and stuff like that. But I don't know. I can't say nay or yay for that. But all I can say is that I'm basing it on what I was told and what I heard. From people that experience certain things. So and everybody's different. Everybody gets treated different. Everybody might have a different story when it comes to stuff like that. So I can't say. All I can say is that it is a problem. Homelessness, in this state and across the globe, no matter where you look, no matter what state you look at, you look at California, let's say Miami, man. Miami and South Florida, Miami is really bad. It's really bad. And what they're trying to do is when you go closer to the beach you go, closer to the beach you go, like downtown, like any city you go in South Florida where was downtown, people hanging out, they're trying to lock people up. Who in my eye? Trying to lock people up for being even if you're sitting out there. And I understand because it's one thing to some of those parts they urinate everywhere, and I understand what the city got to do, and I understand the cleanup, but at the same time we got to do something to help them. What can we do? What can the government do to help the citizens of their country? What can they do? Give them jobs, or some of them have mental illnesses. Give them the help they need to get back into society if they want to. Some of them don't really want to. Some of them don't really want to. That's what the cost of living being so high. It's a trip. The cost of living being so high, some people don't want to get back into society. Some people just rather just stay out. I gotta pause this because somebody's playing loud music. So let me pause it for a second. Hold on. All right. Yeah, the music's too loud. I had to see if I can hear it, but either way, we're gonna rock on. Maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't. But we down the street now, so maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't. So we don't want any copyright issues with YouTube, so we're trying to avoid the music. Maybe you can hear it. But anyway, like I was saying, really, I don't have the answer. If I had the answer, I'll be a politician. But I know what I can say is that a kind word, a kind gesture, a thought put into action can help somebody. Can go a long way. So if you see somebody in the streets, whether it's a sandwich or even a kind word or $1 or $2, sometimes you say, oh well, I'm not gonna give them anything because what they're gonna do with it. But don't look at it like that. Don't look at it like that. Look at it as the fact that you're doing something. You're doing something to try to help. Regardless of what they do with it, what they don't do with it, is on them. You did your part. And sometimes sometimes I think that certain people are put on this earth to test us, to see what type of spirituality we talk about and how we're living. Are we living what we're preaching, what we're talking about? The love of humanity, the love of our fellow man. Do we really love our fellow man? Do we really care about it? Do we love God enough? Do we love God enough to love each other? That's the question you need to ask. Do we love God enough to love each other? And it's already being shown already because we don't. Not enough of us do. I say it like that. Not enough of us do because there's some good programs out there, good programs that help, but we need more. We need more. You know what I mean? So yeah. But we almost there like a while ago, but I'm gonna show it. I may walk back and talk some more, or I may just get out the live, but it's good to walk, good exercise. And I ain't have to do this. Like I said, I was talking to somebody, and I figured I might as well come on and do it and talk about it because it needs to be talked about, it needs to be shared. And like I said, this channel is all about growth and each one teach one, and sharing is caring. And like I say, ask yourself. I have to ask myself that too. I'm not talking about just talking to you, or you all, whoever's watching on the replay or the live, whatever. I'm not talking to this you all. I'm talking to myself first. I'm pointing the finger at the man in the mirror first. So don't think I'm trying to be preachy. I'm just talking to myself and recording it. That's all I'm doing. I'm talking to myself while I'm recording it. You just happen to be a part of me recording, talking to myself. That's all it is. And if what I take can help you, be a blessing to you, fine. If you can't, then like I say all the time, if what I say can be a blessing to you, know it comes from God. And if it doesn't, know it comes from me. So with that, we are like right up the street. Right up the street. I'm gonna sip my drink. Wawa. You got a Wawa in your area. I said it before, Wawa. People sleep on Wawa, especially with the soup and the sandwiches. The sandwiches, oh my goodness. They got a turkey, ham, and cheese sandwich, like light cheese, not a lot of cheese, but light cheese sandwich at Wawa. Really good, especially like in Port St. Lucie area, Fort Pierce area. They know how to make them. They can put the spicy mustard on there too. It's really, really good. So, you see, I'm kind of hungry. You gotta be hungry. Kind of hungry. Kind of hungry. Gotta eat. Get this letter out so I give myself something to eat. But yeah, we almost there. We're almost there. But where I'm going right now. Where I'm going right now is a spot where I shouldn't have been staying at. Shouldn't have been staying there. But I used to work there, like through labor already. And I'll come out. One of the guys knew. He knew that I would come. But he didn't, he left the gate open for me, let me in. But sometimes, but you know how that goes, but I thank you for him too. But the lights, the powers, the lights, the water was on, so I can come, take a shower, had the light, had the power, warm water, not no cold water, warm water, and shower, and just get ready for the next day. Get up before they open the gate, before they leave, and then leave out, and I do the same thing the next day. So, because sometimes he was the one that opened the gate, but if not, if I had to lock the gate, I would jump the fence and go on the other side of the gate. So, but I'm gonna show you all. Where it was, and you see a lot of these nice apartments here. And the thing about it too, what I was saying earlier, like a lot of these places, abandoned buildings, like even schools, like during the summertime when school's not open, like use a gymnasium for these people. Use a gymnasium for these people. Like some of these people, and get some grants, get loans, and use the stadiums. So them be schools, let them sleep. Especially when it's cold. When it's cold, they find areas for people to sleep. And that's one good thing they do. But when it's cold, it's too cold for people to sleep in the streets. They find somewhere for them to sleep. They open shut other places up. But when it's not cold, like what do you do? Back in the day, like the course of my life, I've been homeless 3 times. Once when I was a child with my mom, my brother, and another time as an adult, and then recently now. So 3 times. I guess 3 times is a charm. Because I won't be homeless again. I won't be homeless again. So, but yeah, I can say, thank God she had a good friend, has a good friend that let her stay with her. But you had to act. Sometimes, like I said that today, that sometimes pride can get in your way. But sometimes when you even though you ask for some certain things, even though people say no, you still ask. And sometimes the test isn't on them. So sometimes the test isn't on you, it's on them. You know what I mean? So you have to be humble enough to ask. And so when you ask, and that's what my mom did. She asked her friend, because her friend didn't know. Oh, they painted these places. I've been here a long time. They painted these places. Now it's been painted. So it might be getting ready to open. But anyway, we're gonna walk by and see. Well, not walk by, but I'm actually like show you all. But they painted them. They painted them since I've been here. I've been here in a while, and they look nice too. Oh my goodness, yeah. But I'm gonna walk by. I may walk inside. I'm gonna walk inside. Not all the way inside, but just good enough so you can see. But yeah, you know what? It does my heart good too. Not does my to know where you come from, know where you came from, and know where you're at. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to think back and look back and say, dang, I went through all this stuff, and look at me now. But yeah. But across the street. Try to cross the street soon. Traffic. Don't want to get hit. Definitely don't want to get hit. Not doing a live. No way. But yeah. You can see. You actually see the building right there. That's the building right there. See you tell this has been painted. See that? You tell this has been painted. That's why I used to break in and sleep. It's funny. But I had to break in. One of the guys knew about it. One of the contractors knew about it, but between me and him. But yeah, it's across the street. People are good. Everybody got to get on the same page though. That's what I said. Across the street. Everybody got to get on the same page. We got to start loving on each other the way God loves us. That's a hard thing to do. I know. It's a hard thing to do. But we got to work on it and try. See? today. But yeah, look, only people working today, but these are the buildings inside there, and it's got all the way to the back, all the way to the back. You can see all the way to the back, but yeah, but you know, they just paint them, I guess. They painted them. See they painted them. You know, some spots the power's on, some spots the power's on, and even you can see the landscape is being done, and they coming along nice, coming along nice. And so that's where I used to like one of the apartments that I used to lay my head. You see, I used to lay my head there and go to sleep. Wake up real early before they open up, before they start work, because they start working at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They start work. And so I would go in there like after they leave, like 6, 7 o'clock at night, and I would go in there. Sometimes, not all the time. Some nights, not every day, but some nights I would go and I'd check in with him. I would check in with him, make sure it was okay with him, and he could leave the gate open for me. And when he did that, I would go in and sleep and hang out. And back then my phone was off, so they don't have no Wi-Fi, so I couldn't do anything. But one good thing about football season was on then. Football season was going on, so one thing Google does with my phone at least, I don't know about everybody's phone, but with my phone at least, you can see Google, you can see the football scores, so I can see the scores, but I couldn't actually watch the game. So that's one of the bad things. But up the street, not too far from here, is a Walmart, and actually a Wendy's too, like Wendy's, Walmart, McDonald's, the library. Those places you can use that Wi-Fi, and so I would use the Wi-Fi and you know, get online, apply for jobs and everything like that. But I thought about sleeping on this bridge right here, but I'm like, you know, mosquitoes. When you buy a lake, see the lake, when you buy a lake has a lot of mosquitoes. So, you know, I actually tried it one night to sleep under here, and I started getting beat up. So I said, that's probably a bad idea to sleep under here. So, but you know, like this, in the area, the sheriffs, they ride around and like either give you a ticket or take you to jail. But I was like, I don't want to go to jail for something petty like that, but at least you get a hot meal, not a hot meal, at least you get a meal. You get a meal in a cot. So get somewhere to sleep. But who wants to go through that? Because all they're gonna do is let you out the next day. Probably spend a day or two in there, then let you out, put you back on the street. So then they, after a certain amount of time, you do it over and over and over again. Then they try to give you a couple of days, maybe a month or so to see. But maybe they give you some help. But that's pretty much all I got. You know, like I said, you know, this country, we live in a country of plenty, and we need to find a way and work on a way to love on one another. You know, love on one another the way God loves us. That's what I say. You know, going to other countries, other places, and I see this ad all the time. You know, to feed the children in other countries, but people starving right here in this country right here. People need places to stay right here in this country where we live at. I live in the United States, so I don't know where you live at. But I'm saying, I'm speaking of the United States. People right here in this country need shelter, they need food, lower food prices. And I would ask this question in the chat. Put it in the chat. Do you think it's wrong for people to sell or buy food stamps? Put it in the chat. Do you think it's wrong to sell or buy food stamps? Because groceries are high. And so is it wrong for somebody to buy or sell? Like, people want to pay their bill, they can't pay a bill with food stamps. People want to pay their bills with food stamps, or pay other bills, pay something with the money for selling the food stamps, or even do necessary thing they need to do, like buy soap, can't buy soap, anything with food stamps. Do you think it's wrong to sell them, or do you think it's wrong to buy them? You know, but China Express has come here all the time too. Not all the time, but often. But China Express is right there. I used to get they have the Philly cheese egg rolls. So I would go there because they're cheap, like, you know, $2 for one. And so I get a couple, and that'll be my meal for the night. But some nights I wouldn't eat. Like I said, my cousin would say, "Dan, you lost weight." Saw me, "Dan, you lost weight." But yeah, you being out, and I was fasting then too, fasting. not eating, and going with sipping meals. And so I actually got on the scale today because I've been back and getting myself back together. I actually from 177 to 187, so like 10 pounds. I gained 10 pounds since since I've been back in shelter. But thank God for it. Thank God for it, because like I said, if I didn't go through what I went through, maybe I wouldn't be where I'm at. Well, I know I wouldn't be where I'm at. But thank God for it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the little walk, the little talk, the little share about homelessness. It's a real thing, I can testify to it. Testify that, like I said, I didn't have to be homeless. I have family and friends that I could have stayed with, but it's a choice I made. Some people don't have that choice. Some people don't have that option, rather, to say, well, I want to be in the streets. They don't have nobody to depend on. And it's something we got to do something about, And like I said, not just talking, not just talking the talk, walk the walk too, But let's say a kind gesture, a kind word can go a long way. And actually, the reason why I came on, I said that earlier, the reason why I came on live and said this, because I seen somebody that I knew when I was out the streets at the train station where I used to sleep, and they still out there, and they was talking to me, and I wanted to come on and kind of highlight what's going on in their honor. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So I did what I could. I gave him a couple of dollars, gave him a couple of bucks. People always say, let me sit down for a second. People always say, well, I don't want to give the homeless people no money because what they're gonna do with it. But do your part. Do your part. Regardless of what they do with the money, it's not on you. It's not on you. It's on your heart to give it. If it's on your heart to give it, then don't let what they're gonna do with the money stop you from doing it. And sometimes like, they don't even want to. You say, hey, well, I'll buy you something to eat. They don't want you to buy them. They don't want you to buy them to eat. They do what they want. But that's okay too. And that's okay too. It's not on me to pass judgment on anybody. Like, you want to buy a beer? If I'm gonna give you some money, I don't care what you do with the money that I give you. I'm just gonna give it to you, and let God know that I did it from my heart, and I try to be a blessing to you, and it's up to you to take that blessing and do something with it. And that's the way I look at it, because sometimes you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised. Like, I remember a lady came in, because I was prideful. I didn't want to ask somebody for nothing. I would be hungry, and I'd be like, I wouldn't be sitting out there. I was just like charging my phone, or using the Wi-Fi at a McDonald's or Walmart. I'd be charging my phone, and people would just give me stuff, and I wouldn't even ask. Like I said, I was prideful. I wouldn't stand and beg nobody for nothing. And I don't knock people that do. I'm just saying for me. I didn't ask to beg nobody for nothing. Try to people that I call, well, they said no, they can give me some money, help me out. Well, they said no, yeah. I didn't go back and forth. You decide to do what you want to do, and I can't get mad at nobody for doing what they do with their money, or decide to do what they want to do with their money. You can't get mad at nobody for that. But anyway, I didn't beg. I didn't ask nobody for anything, and people would just give me stuff. And I thank God for that. Without me asking, they would go in the store and come out with something, a soda, or a drink, or something to eat, and I wouldn't even ask. So, and I'd be hungry too. It's not funny, but it's true though. It's the truth. I would be hungry, but I wouldn't ask. So, I thank God for them. I also put a little scooter that I got. I got a little scooter that somebody gave me, electric scooter that somebody gave me, because I was, going back and forth to a job that was really far. And people say, where you going? Where you headed? Where you headed when I see you? I say, I'll be going to the bus stop. And so, they gave me a little extra scooter. But thank God for change, you know what I mean? Thank God for change. And so, yeah. But anyway, I think I've been on here long enough. I shared long enough. And I hope y'all appreciate the story. Appreciate the words, and I hope somebody acts on it. Even just one person. If one person acts on what I said, then me going live for these 35 minutes, 40 minutes won't be in vain. So, we can change the world, change it one person at a time, one deed at a time, one gesture at a time, and putting God as our foundation. And when we start loving each other and treating each other how God loves and treats us, then this world will be a better place. This world will be a better place. Until then, we're gonna get what we get, and and have what we have, you know. But it all starts with, like I say, anytime I'm talking, I'm just recording. I'm talking to myself first. Man in the mirror, like the song, like Mike. I'm just staring with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Oh yeah. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Woo! Woo! Na 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 na. But yeah. But yeah, anyway, you gotta love Mike. But anyway, let me get off here. Let me get off here. I think I talked. I think I shared enough. I think I embarrassed myself enough. Well, I ain't embarrassed, but I had fun enough. So, but having fun and sharing, sharing what I share. I mean what I said. I mean what I said because you can't relate to something unless you've been through it. And if you haven't been through something and haven't seen it for yourself, that's with anything. If you haven't been through something, then the way you look at it, the way you see it, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to visualize unless you've actually been through it and seen it. Because you can give advice about everything until you actually go through it. Then when you go through it, you see somebody in your family go through it, and you say, oh, well, you shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't talk like that. But you have to go through it first and see it first. And so I've been through it, so I know that people need help. And until we, like I said, I've said it again. I'm gonna say one last time. Until we start loving each other and treating each other like God treats us, the world's in trouble. But anyway, be safe, be blessed. Like I always say, tell somebody you love them because you never know when you're gonna go. You never know when they're gonna go. Kiss someone you love. You never know when you kiss them again. And also, a kind word, kind gesture can go a long way. You'll be surprised because we all going through something. We're all going through something. You'll be surprised how a kind word or a kind gesture can change somebody's life. So y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Do something kind to somebody because you never know where that kind gesture, that kind deed can go. And keep rocking on. Keep rocking on. Be safe, be blessed. I'm out. Peace.